powered by engine from start to finish.
Welcome to the 2012 Silkway Rally. From Moscow, we've already seen the dunes of Volgograd. And now the rally heads to Elista before ending up, hopefully, on the Gelendzhik at the end of the week. As expected, the first sight of the dunes proved major difficulties for the majority of competitors. The recent dry weather had made them even softer than expected, and therefore car control and choosing a good path was of paramount importance. Some would be lucky, others would have to stop and shovel. Building sandcastles in the savannah, desperately trying to escape its clutches. For some, the return to the bivouac would be swift, but for more than 15% of competitors, they would not even take the start today. For Kamaz, it was relatively straightforward. The drivers brought the blue machines home for the mechanics to clean, to service, and prepare for another day. And with no real damage, they could enjoy a nice afternoon and a beautiful sunset. Most of the cars, however, had fared a lot worse, and the real Rally Raid stars would be working long into the night. But while the mechanics worked, the VIPs celebrated the arrival of the Silkway Rally in Volgograd, a chance to get together and to swig some of the finest local vodka and sample the specialities. So to leg 3, and it represents the middle of the rally, as competitors head to Elista in a planned 487-kilometre special stage. This is where competitors hope to end up this evening, Elista. It's known as the Chess City. A popular pastime in Russia, Elista held the 33rd Chess Olympics. It's also home to the highest Buddhist statue in Europe. Completed in 2005 after being commissioned by the 14th Dalai Lama, it receives worldwide recognition. Heavy rain has been the subject of much news in Russia, and today it fell on the Silkway Rally route. It meant the stage would be shortened and postponed, and competitors would only race over 275 kilometres, and they would be hard. The biggest shock of the day came with the departure of Tony Gardemeister. A crash after just 38 kilometres destroyed his Mitsubishi, and the Finn was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment and complaining of back pains. Another man to have problems was Ronan Chabot. Transmission problems though for his SMG buggy within 100 kilometres of the start. The car of course is an old chassis with a brand new engine, and that of course is an unknown. Perhaps it was expected. He's now got no chance of victory. The leader of the rally coming into the day was Lucio Alvarez, but as soon as the man set off, it looked like the car was struggling with problems. The pace just not there in his overdrive Toyota, as you can see. Eventually, he was stuck stationary in the dunes for over an hour. At least, however, he will finish the stage, get the car going again, but now he has no chance of victory. His teammate, Jérôme Pélissier, struggled for the first time today, getting stuck in the sand twice and dropping 20 minutes to Lavillée. However, such was the difficulty of the stage, he's actually stayed second in the overall standings and will be tempted to push hard in the coming days and perhaps snatch that victory. Czech driver Miroslav Zapital had a consistent day, starting and finishing 6th. But with the others' demise, he's actually moved up to 4th now in the overall standings, just behind Pélissier and Gadezin. It's tight though, with Carla snapping at his heels. It's a great battle for 3rd position, just 30 seconds between them. The G-Force star of the day was once again Ukrainian Vladimir Vlasiev. This time he started at the front and was slow through CP1, but his strength showed in the second part of the stage and he once again grabbed 2nd. But overall, he's 4.5 hours back. Again, no chance of taking that win. And so, for the second day running, it was Frenchman Christian Lavillée who won the stage. He took this victory ahead of rivals who have no chance of victory, and therefore it was significant. Showing his experience, the 46-year-old took the lead of the rally overall by 10 minutes. And for all of his troubles, was awarded a traditional Kalmyki hat. The navigation wasn't easy, especially when you open the stage, of course. From the rain, we couldn't even see the tracks from the opening car. It wasn't so much of an issue, of course, in the sand, because we follow the compass. But to avoid the farms and get a good line, my navigator was extremely sharp, and I'm very, very happy. But we are only halfway through, so we'll have to wait and see. Here are the stage classification then. Lavillée ahead of Vlasiev. Arandonnet getting a great result in the two-wheel drive SMG buggy there in 3rd, Carla and Salze in 4th position. Lavillée leads ahead of Pélissier with Gadezin in 3rd, Zapital and Carla on that great battle for 3rd on the final spot of the podium. Very well placed in the overall ranking, the number 116 Toyota made a fantastic start. A nice surprise for the Navigator crew, Xavier Panseri, who is normally the co-driver of Brian Bouffier in IRC. He discovered his passion on Baja, Portugal. It's a whole new world. Jérôme is a very good instructor for me in the car because he gives me loads of information. It's a chance for me to learn with an experienced racer who teaches me the practices of this new discipline because I'm really like a newborn baby to Rally Raid.
Vraiment un novice complet dans la discipline.
Je suis décalé maintenant. On a un cap moyen de 300 normalement. Donc on y est dessus.
In traditional rallies, we only have technical instruments with technical information from data of the car, like sort of oil pressure and speed and things like that. Here the instruments are much more complete with 2 trip masters and 2 GPSs given us by the organisation of the race. And for me, the use of all these instruments is totally new. Of course, the habit of traditional rallies helps me for all the logistics of this kind of race. But on the terrain in the car, I have everything to discover, like sand reading, road books and preparation. I don't really know anything like that, but of course I have Eugene Decree, the former co-driver Jérôme Pélissier, who is a very big help for me to learn how to prepare road books, for example. Here it's written 2 with a 2 plus small plus. What does that mean? Is it danger 3 or danger 2? It's not 3 because it means 3 means that you should pass with really, really slow pace. So it's a danger 2, but you should have a slower pace than normal. All right, because there's no particular notes to signify dangers between 2 and 3, I understand. It's totally different. In traditional rally, we know meter by meter, turn by turn, at which pace we should pass. Here we discover all the time the tracks we have to face. It's interesting but also a bit frustrating too, because as a traditional rally co-driver I know that we can be really fast on some of the tracks, but here we can't because we don't know what's around the next turn. And afterwards I say in my head, oh, that's a real shame, because we could have passed through there so much faster.
Bon, on reste sur la piste principale de toute façon. Faut que je trouve un point pour me recaler. À gauche. Ouais, ok, c'est bon.
A lesson that Panseri hopes to continue to learn until the end of the rally. MAN boss Peter Veslus had a good early part to the day and grabbed second at CP1. He was even ahead of Lopez, but come the end of the special, he lost 26 minutes to the winner. In the KAMAZ battle, both Sotnikov and Shivalov got involved for the lead. But by the end of the stage, it was once again the cream that rose to the top. Airat Mardiev taking third, but dropping 13.5 minutes behind his teammates. Perhaps more importantly though, he is now behind MAN man Alice Lopez. The Czech driver has never been happier in Rally Raid. He has struggled over the years with his uncomfortable Tatra, trying to develop something that was just unreliable. But now he's loving the speed of his MAN. He's still not at 100% completely comfortable with the car, and today he can't even take the fight to the KAMAZ. He was still, however, second. And so to the winner of the stage, Eduardo Nikolaev. Stage 1 winner, and now Stage 3. He won today's race by over 5.5 minutes and leads the rally by 13 ahead of Lopez and his teammate. Once again, he enjoyed the stage.
Погодные условия.
Weather conditions,
Для нас они не
no, we're
страшны,
not
так как
afraid
мы
of them.
тренируемся.
We train all year in
Любые
weather like this with real
Или в дождь, и в
difficulties,
снег, как говорится, вот это нам помогает.
like
Даже
snow
вот сегодня
and rain.
как бы
I
мы
think it probably helped us today.
нисколько не испугались и нормально, полноценно
In fact, we're
проехали.
not even
Хорошо.
scared of it at all. We were driving at full
В целом,
pace and had a really
интересный
good
этап
race.
и по
I
навигации,
really enjoyed this stage because it was interesting in
так,
navigation,
по просторам,
and
как
it was really
говорится,
nice to
по
discover the Kalamiki spaces. So there's the stage result. 4 KAMAZs in the top 5 with Lopez just 5.5 down in second position. And in the overall, he is nearly 13 behind Nikolaev. Mardiev third, Veslus still fourth. Shivalov in fifth. So that's it from Elista for one day. We'll see you tomorrow when we do another loop around this Kalamiki territory.